If you need any landscaping done, don't call this man. Darian Lindsay is very happy to take your money to start a job, but his unhappy customers say he probably won't finish it.
28,880, and this is what we've been left with.
We've received quite a few complaints about you. Yeah, many.
Well, Lauren, $13,000, $600, and this is what we've ended up with.
A big mess.
A big mess.
You're slugging your customers.
I've been ripped off hundreds of thousands of dollars as well, so that's the way that's the way it comes.
For around about $12,000, but it has taken a big toll personally on myself and my relationship with my family as well.
Get the camera out of my face for sake.
His name is Darian Lindsay, and boy, what a glorious baseball career he had.
Take me out to the ball game.
Playing in the minor league for the Mets in the United States. Here he is, proudly wearing his pinstripes on his very own baseball cards, striking poses, flashing those pearly whites. Who would have thought so many years later a current affair would be chasing Darian, accused of foul play?
We're aware of more than $150,000 that you've taken from customers and haven't completed the work.
I haven't got time to make comment or anything about it. It's in the hands of the liquidators, and that's the way it is.
More of that encounter in a moment.
How could you sleep at night with all these families being affected?
Meet Myrna, David and Kim, and Razik. They say they're all out of pocket and living in rubble because of Darian Lindsay, who runs Complete Surrounds Landscaping.
We're building a house and we were about to do the concrete stage. We contacted Blacktown Council and they were on that list, so they were recommended by Blacktown Council, and that was back in September last year.
But almost $30,000 and 14 months later, minimal work has been done. So desperate, Myrna contacted Fair Trading and a hearing was organised.
His wife came to the hearing on site, and they were judged that by the 1st of June they were supposed to pour the concrete. So he just refused to do the work that he was supposed to do.
He was an expert at getting money out of you.
Much like Myrna, David and Kim didn't have any reason to suspect a thing. They paid Darian $13,600 for landscaping work on their brand new home.
David, this is one very professional quote from Darian.
It is, isn't it? And that's why we went with him. It details everything. Every section has been measured and quoted on separately.
But as the saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Oh, Dave, sorry I haven't been in contact, but there has been a sudden death in my family, which happened in the early hours of Wednesday morning. My father passed away unexpectedly, which has hit us all hard. Currently, at the moment, I will be uncontactable for 2 weeks, and as we go through the process of this situation, arrangements, regards, Darian.
What did you think when you received that email?
Oh, I felt sorry for him. So we replied, gave him our sympathy.
David received that email on the 29th of August, but little did David know that was the 3rd time Darian's father had passed. 4 months earlier, on the 24th of April, Darian told another customer his father had died. And just a couple months earlier, on the 23rd of February, Darian's father died once again. The perfect excuse not to finish work on Razik's property.
He took my contract job September last year, and he told me that the job will be done in 3 weeks.
Razik says he paid Darian around $12,000.
Darian is also accused of taking a whopping $70,000 for work on this property. The owner, too distraught to appear on camera. So we took one for the team and we tracked Darian down. And would you believe it, we found him at the baseball. I'm here to talk to you about your landscaping business.
Oh, that's good.
We've received quite a few complaints about you. Yeah, many. Do you intend on completing the work, or you just want to leave it as is?
Look, as I said, it's with the liquidators.
Seems you've thought you scored a home run until we came along.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's not the way it works.
Darian was at the baseball to watch a pre-season match. That's him, knocking back a few cold ones, having a laugh with friends. Not a worry in the world.
You're slugging your customers.
And what about the customers that slugged me?
Well, look, there are two sides to every story.
It's a savage circle.
We
And
know.
I've been ripped off hundreds of thousands of dollars as well, so that's the way it's the way it crumbles.
So you've been ripped off. Does that give you the right to rip others off?
Look, I've got no more comments. That's the way it is.
You're
Okay?
incubating
That's the way it is. Simple as that.
One of the bizarre things is when he was saying that he'd been ripped off, he'd been slugged, and it was some kind of savage cycle. So he's essentially acknowledging that what he's done to others is just as savage, and somehow there's a justification for his behaviour because he feels like he's been wronged by others along the way. You're listening to Ben Fordham.
2GB's Ben Fordham.
We're appealing to Darian here. The only way to resolve this peacefully and fairly is for Darian to give the money back.
Are you a liar, Darian?
He could be out there right now doing what he's did to us, doing that to somebody else. So.
Look, we just want to know that these people are going to get their money back, or at least finish the work. They're living in dirt and dust.
Now, we offered Darian the opportunity to sit down for an interview, but he declined. Instead, he promised us a written statement, which we are still waiting for.